Shams reports Kyrie Irving has reached out to Lakers star Lebron James in attempts to see if James would come to Dallas. Irving as a free agent this offseason. Well, Chris Haynes says the Mavs were one step ahead apparently. They were about to make a formal trade offer for LeBron right before LA made all their trades to get D'Lo Rui. Jared Vanderbilt picked the phone back up Dallas. Because Kyrie's making moves, LeBron makes about $47 million next season, so Dallas has to move a ton of salary. The most straightforward deal is the Mavericks get LeBron James for Davis Bertans, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Maxi Kleber, 3 established veterans, but not a single star. Does LA want that? No, LeBron is their leader. They thought Anthony Davis would take over by now. He's not that guy, pal. Ad is inconsistent, never healthy, and not an alpha. The Mavericks get LeBron. The Lakers get Davis Bertans to Hardaway Jr. for salary. Josh Green and Jaden Hardy to very good young players. People outside of Dallas don't know. Hardy established himself down the stretch last year. But then the Blazers get Anthony Davis for use of Nurkic for salary, Anthony Simons, and the number 3 pick for Scoot Henderson. Do not fool yourself. If LeBron goes, they're not building around Ad. So they flip him to Portland for Scoot. Ad is the perfect co-star. He's a great fit as a front-court player with Dame, and great defensively. I'm not even sure Lakers fans would hate this. For the first time, let's be honest, LeBron looked old in the playoffs. Maybe it's finally time to move on, and this is a blessing in disguise. But Scoot's NBA comp or a prime Derrick Rose. They don't have draft picks to build around Scoot, but LA will always be attractive to free agents. But there is something LeBron doesn't want us to know about. This whole thing is actually LGM trying to force the Lakers front office to get Kyrie. The Lakers had just got bounced in the first round by Phoenix, and big changes were coming. DeMar DeRozan was a free agent in San Antonio. Talks got so advanced, DeMar thought it was done.
One morning, I get a call, and he said they just made the trade for Russ. I thought the deal was done for you to go to Lakers. I'm confused. I'm looking at my phone like, damn, that did happen. Well, I guess that's out the window. Like, you know what I mean? Because in my mind, that was the only option for me to go to.
DeRozan! The deal was done for DeMar to go back home to LA. Then he went and had back-to-back All-Star seasons. But no LGM stepped in and made them get Russell Westbrook. We all knew it was a dumb trade at the time. Ended up being a disaster. Rob Pelinka, the Lakers GM, was like, I knew this was dumb, and I had good trains lined up. That he was an immense proponent of making a deal for Kyrie Irving. You mean the guy who ditched him in Cleveland, then ruined every locker room he's been in since then? But the Lakers said, no thanks, LeBron. We are calling the shots. They brought in Rui Hachimura for second-round picks, turned Ross into death. That took them all the way to the conference finals. And at the time, a report said LA was no longer interested in Kyrie. They're gonna run it back. Then they got swept by Denver. The games were super competitive. If you remember that series, being passive, not dominating against a Jokic. And he's like, you know what? I need someone to rely on. Someone who can get a big bucket in crunch time. Kyrie attending his second Laker game of the playoffs. So in a desperate move, LeBron went to the media and said, I'm thinking about retiring. Got a lot to think about. Maybe that will force the Lakers front office. They'll get scared. But to put even more pressure on, his camp apparently has leaked this story to Shams. It is well known that Shams gets information from Clutch Sports, LeBron's agency. Another reporter who got this story was Chris Haynes from Bleacher Report. Actually, it's not, because Clutch hates Woy. It is well known Woy does not get Clutch info. LeBron is obviously trying to scare the Lakers into doing what he wants. If you don't trade for Kyrie, maybe I'll demand a trade to Dallas. Because of the new CBA, it would have to be LeBron, Kyrie, Luka, and all minimum contracts. And by the way, Dallas's big problem is defense. You think LeBron fixes that? They already have Luka and Kyrie to handle the ball. This makes no sense. The Mavs don't even have their 2024 draft pick to get Bronny. Obviously, they could trade into the draft, but it's not there yet. Now people are going to hate on LeBron for this. And maybe rightfully so. The Bulls had not won a chip in 1991, and MJ had a wish list of teammates he wanted to get. But GM Jerry Krause did a different trade. MJ hated it, straight up said, "I'm going to tell owner Jerry Reinsdorf when I get back. It's either me or GM Jerry Krause. If he wants to keep Krause, fine, I'll tell him to trade me. But that's it. It's gotta stop here." MJ was fed up. It's what
And the Bulls
happens when you have a
stand up
star
to
player
Michael
that
Jordan.
does. And it led to 6 championships. So I don't blame Lebron for thinking he knows better than Rob Pelinka. Because Rob was an agent for years. And Lebron's been orchestrating things for 2 decades. But Ella decided LGM was fired. So they have to kill this latest obvious trade attempt to get Kyrie.